So, once again, just an invitation to settle wherever you are, whether that's sitting or lying. And take a moment to allow yourself to get comfortable. Just checking if there are any muscles that would like to ease some tension from, to release a little, to let go. And take a few gentle breaths, focusing as closely as possible on the experience of the breath, the felt experience of the breath. And just let the body settle. Let it soften, if it will. Letting the elbows fall away from the shoulders. Letting the hands relax wherever they're resting. Let the feet soften. And I'd like to invite you to simply open yourself to the experience of sound around you. What are the raw components of sound that are reaching your ears as you rest there? And see if you can let go of labeling, of seeking to identify them, but simply rest in the experience of listening. Whether it's the sound of my voice or any sounds from the house around you, the street outside, perhaps dogs or people, motor vehicles, perhaps flies buzzing around in the open summer windows. But seeing if you can let go of the labeling and instead rest with the raw, energetic patterns of the experience. What does it feel like hearing these sounds? What's the felt experience? Receptive to the pitch, the tone, whether the sounds are deep and resonant or higher pitched. Being curious about the length of the sound that reaches you. How long is the sound resonating? And you might notice you can't cling to the sound. And you can't know what the next sound you'll hear will be. Simply listening. And perhaps there isn't much in the way of sound to be experienced. And if you are in a very quiet place, what's the silence like? What's the experience of the absence of discernible sound? Is the experience truly silent? Can you hear the sound of the body? Perhaps your breath? Perhaps pressure in the ears? Just bring your awareness as close as possible to the raw felt experience of sound or the absence of sound. And if you're distracted by thought, just note the thought, where it was taking you, whether it was pleasant, unpleasant, or neither, and whether you might choose to follow that thought if you were being discerning. And from that space of recognition, simply open once more to the experience of sound. Simply listening. And is there any emotional tone or quality to this experience? Any emotional tone or quality to the different sounds that do appear? Or any tone or emotional quality to the absence of sound? Simple curiosity, open to the experience you might find, without looking for it to be any way, not needing it to be any way, not needing it to be restful or profound. What is there to notice? What is there to learn about this moment of your experience? Simply resting open awareness of sound. I'm just seeing now if you open your awareness a little wider to other sensations and experiences. Perhaps the felt experience of the face, the muscles around the cheeks, the jaw, all leading to the ear. Is there any sense of felt experience in the face as you listen? Is there a tightness to the tissue or does it feel relaxed? What's the temperature? Where is there perhaps a sense of tingling? And where is there an absence of sensation? Nothing obvious to notice. I'm checking in with the emotional tone of this slightly broader experience. Perhaps neutral, perhaps unpleasant, perhaps pleasant. And seeing if you can rest with the experience however you find it. If it's challenging, if it's easy, simply abiding. And perhaps once again, opening that sense of experience a little bit wider, encompassing the sense of the shoulders, the upper body, the experience of the front and the back, the experience within. Open to these sensations, keeping an open awareness of the quality of the experience of sound as well, just as best you can. And perhaps you might notice the body breathing with this also. Just gently collecting these experiences, not striving for them, or reaching or clinging. Just noticing what appears and what no longer appears. As best you can, sharing this awareness of sound, the body, of the breath. expanding awareness gently down the body a little further into the lower abdomen, the belly, the lower back. And again, feeling the experience front, back, and within. And as best you can, keeping awareness of the sound, the breath, the experience of the head, the face, the shoulders, the chest, and the tummy. In a shared, open space of consciousness. And just checking in again, simply whether there's any emotional quality or feeling tone to this experience. And again, if there does appear to be, see if you can let go of the label of thought. And again, just sit with the felt experience of the emotion itself. How is it presenting itself in the body? Rather than through concepts of thought in the mind. What does nervousness or anticipation or even happiness actually feel like if you let go of the labels of the mind? And just as best you can, expanding awareness even further down into the hips, the pelvis, into the thighs. And again, the invitation to notice the front, the back, and the experience within, feeling from the inside out. And seeing if you can retain awareness and connection with the other experiences, sound, the face, the head, shoulders, chest, back, tummy, and the hips and the upper legs. Just as best you can. And if you sense a struggle, it becomes too much, just narrow the focus. Begin again. Focus on the sense and experience of sound. And when you're settled and grounded with that experience, just gently expand once again. Broadening the awareness to the face, the breath, and so on. Building as you can. And now expanding awareness to the whole of the body. The tips of the toes, ends of the fingers, top of the head. And once again, the invitation is to notice the raw energetic patterns of these experiences. Noticing any inclination, tendency to label them with thoughts, and just seeing if you can let that go. and be with the felt experience instead. Temperature, pressure, tingling, absence of sensation. The felt quality of sound, emotions, the breath. Just being with the quality of this space. Inviting a simple sense of curiosity. And perhaps wonder and even awe, if that feels appropriate. And perhaps say a little thank you to yourself for this space, for dedicating time to this practice. A simple tone of gratitude. Simple thank you. For this life experience, for these felt sensations, for the challenges and for the joys in our life, the rich tapestry of experience. And so, as we bring this part of the practice to a close, just take some time to gather your sense of self back into the space that you're in. Perhaps feeling the pressure, the texture of the surface you're lying or sitting on. Retuning awareness to the sounds around you, any smells, any taste. And whenever you're ready, gently opening your eyes, taking all the time you need, slowly orientating yourself back. And as you gather yourself, there's an invitation now for some mindful inquiry. So just check in. How was this practice for you? And there's no right or wrong. There's no answer you're looking for. Again, it doesn't need to have been profound or even pleasant. It might have been challenging. It might have been erratic. Peaceful 1 minute and a distracting noise in mind the next. Busy mind, still mind. Pain in the body or a restful body. Just checking back with curiosity and with a sense of kindness and compassion, if possible, on your sense of the experience itself. And perhaps whether there are any patterns to this experience and what those patterns might share about the experiences of your life day to day. Are there any insights to be gained? And perhaps there are, and perhaps there won't be. Just see what's true for you. Thank you.